Baba is using a colloquial language in the sense he wants to ensure that everybody understands. Right? But if you really want to get into the depth of the respect, Baba.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. So yesterday, last week's class, we had talked about the vowels and the consonants. So these are the vowels and that side are the consonants. We will just do a refresher today so that you understand again the use of these vowels and consonants. I've tried to keep words a bit more simpler. If I could find certain things from the Murli and the words that Baba uses in Murlis, I've tried to capture those. Some you really can't, and I want to make it a bit more easier for you all to grasp. So I put those here. The first is phonetically pronounced right? So, an example of how is used. Anar. Anar means pomegranate. It's a fruit, right? The second alphabet is A. A. So if you can visualize mango, in Hindi is known as aam. So how do you pronounce anar? N, A, R. So it has actually two vowels, A and A both, joining two consonants, N and R. So it becomes anar. Is A and M. Then is I, which is small I. Visualization is imali. Imali is tamarind in English. So it is, I can put I. Pronunciation I. Imali. 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 Okay. Then is the E. E is like eek, which is sugar cane. E. So what E was used here is actually this E. But when we write, we don't write like this. It is a matra. Right? Then U. Ullu. Ullu is a bird owl. Right? If you pronounce, okay, wait. E. Eek. Actually, k is this. KH. Eek. Okay. And Ullu is half L, then full L, then double O. This is double O. Right? Then is oo, oon, wool. So how you pronounce? Oon. Then is a. You can say ek, which is one. I just put as ek tara, which is one string musical instrument, something like this. Okay. This is pronounced as a. 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 Anak, which is spectacles. Right. So how will we pronounce anak? A. Na. Ka. Then is O.
Sorry.
Oakley. Oakley is the mortar and the pestle that we have. So the mortar that we pound with, that is O. Oakley. Mortar and pestle, right? So O. K. Lee. Oakley. Then ow. Ow is aurat, a woman. Ow. Rat. A lady or a woman. Aurat. Ang. Angur. Ang. So, ang. Angur. Right? Is usually used at the tail end like namah. So, namah is again salutations. To pronounce this is aha. Right? Okay. Yes. Yeah. It is eek. Eek. K. The k is actually the. Yes. No. K. That is k. E, that is ek. Eek. There's no word eek, but it is the word egg. So I'll give you the differentiation. If here it is E and K, right? But here it is the egg, right? It is E and, sorry, AE plus K, egg.
you will only write ka. That is ek tara. Ek is one. So that is ek. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to do a Word document and then we can print it out and give them one copy as well. Mm. Now, how do we pronounce this? K. Yes. Right? This is K. K, K. So when you say K, Kamal, it's the lotus flower, right? So you pronounce as K, Ma, La. K, Ma, La. Then is K, Khargosh, Khana. Khana is food, right? I change it to Khana, easy. Khana kha liya ya khana khana. Khana, which is food. Khana can be used as have you eaten? Khana kha liya. So kha, right? How would you pronounce that? Kha na. So it has kha na. Okay. Now the other one is g. G. So the Vishnu Chaturbhuj has that gada. So that's how you pronounce gada, which is mace. And how would you pronounce this? G, da. G, da. Then is gh. Ghar. Home. Ghar. Home. There are certain consonants which are rarely used. So that's why there's no word or terminology next to them. Right? Then is ch. Ch. This one, no need. Very rarely used. No. Okay, the E and all, right? It has a tail underneath this. If you said this and this are similar, but this has a dot at the back. Yeah, it has. So when you pronounce k, k, g, g, ny, ch, ch, j, j, nya. So those are very rarely used, so need not worry about those words. Okay. This is ch. Ch is chammach, spoon with which we eat. So we say cham, half m, then full m, and again chammach. Okay. Then chata, ch, 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 then ch, extra h, chata, umbrella. How will I pronounce? Cha, ta, chata. Then is j, j, jahaz. Jahaj is ship. Hmm? No, that is ch. That is ch. If you say, I'll just write here. Since you said chaat masala, this is how it is written. It is ch, not ch. Okay. Jahaj. So, j, h, a, j. Jahaj. Ship. Then is j. Jharna. Which way? Okay. There's another way which is like this. Either it will be like this or it will be like this. Both are jh. It's an option, like, yeah, it's an option. People could even write this way or could write this way. Writing the other way is a bit, you need a bit more artistry, just because it has like, right? Like the E. How will you pronounce jharna? Jh, r, n, a. Waterfall. Then is t. Tomater is tomato. How will you pronounce? T, ma, t, r. Then is th. Here I've just put, this is how kids are being taught, because then you pronounce t 2 times. Th, thera. Thera is someone like a brazier who was working on a mason work or creating things, woodwork and things like that. So those are known as Tateras, the people who are doing that job, right? So that's why Tha, Te and Ra. So when you speak this is Tha is A. Tha, Te, Ra. Then is D. D. Damru. So usually when they show Shiva or Shiva's the dancing poses, right? Nadaraja. So it has multiple hands and multiple instruments. So one is Damru, which is two-sided drum, right? So Damru, Da, Ma, Ra, and then double O, U. Damru. Then is Dha, Dhakna. Dhakna is to cover up, or dhakna could be a lid with which you cover your food, right? So Dha, Ka, Na, A. Dhakna. Dhakna is to cover. Dhakna you can also use as lid. Yeah. Ban. The other day I said my name has Na, Aparna. So Na, Ban. But there's no word that starts with Na. It is always the tail end. It ends with, like words end with Na, but it doesn't begin with Na. So you say pronunciation will be Na. Na. No. No, no, no. No, no. No. Tongue goes at the top. No, no, no. Ban. No. I think NDA. No. No. So you will say Ban. ND. Then is the. Now, in English, when you write T, right, it's the same, right, wherever you'll use. But in Hindi, when you're writing tomato, so also denote T. But if you write tarazu, that is also in English will be T. But the pronunciation is different. Here it is not ta, it is ta. Ta is your tongue goes up, touches your top floor of the mouth, whereas ta is where the tongue is in between. So ta. So that's the difference. No, that is th. The th is th. This is th. But t and th both are t, but the pronunciation, how you do it is different. That is tomato or tomater. This is th, tana, tarazu, takhat, tum. Baba uses words for you a lot, is tum, tumhara, tumhe. So that is the also, right? So tarazu, the, ra, Okay, guess it taraju. Scale, the weighing scale. The Raju is the weighing scale. Then is th. Th. Th is thoda, little. So, how did I? Thoda. O, because it is one single O, is thoda. Then is the. This is also the, like in English, D. Even this is D. The. But that is pronounced as the. This is pronounced as the. So t or the is written similarly, and the and the also written similarly, but the pronunciation is different. One is touching on top, the down one is the tongue coming in between. So the, right? Dava. Which is medicine. Then is the. The. The, dhan, wealth. The, na, dhan, wealth. Then is na. Na, la, null, which is tap. Then is pa. Patang is the kite. Patang. Pa, the. Because you have this angur. So A-N-G. A-N-G. Patang. Right? Then is pa. P and then PH. Phal. Pa. So in Hindi, when we use sometimes the spoken, actual pronunciation should be phal, not phal. But most of the times when you start speaking, you start using phal. But it's not ph, it is pa. Pa. Then pronunciation is phal, fruit. Then ba. Bal. Bal is strength. La. एक बल एक भरोसा. Bh. Bhagya. Bhagya is fortune. So bha. Gya. Bhagya. Ma. Mata, mother. Ma. Ta. Ya. Yagya. It's the Baba's Yagya, right? here. It actually, it is this gear. Yeah. It is this alphabet here. Yeah, gear. Then is R, Rath, chariot. Rath. Th, right? Rath. This is L, Laddu, Modak, right? The sweet round balls. So L, half D, full D, and double O. Laddu. This is V. Vazan is weight. V, Z, N. Then is Sh. These both are Sh. Both are pronounced as Sh. This is Sher. A-E. Sher, which is lion. This word has both these letters, which is shesh, what is remaining. Shesh is what is left over, or what is remaining is known as shesh. So how you pronounce shesh? Then this is sa. Sahas is courage. Sa, ha, sa. Sahas. Then is ha. Hasi, hasna, smile or laugh, right? Now this Chandra Bindu or the dot is actually the dot, angur, that dot, but sometimes you will have a half moon there to denote that, again that matra, it's again a matra, how you represent that ang. See. Hasi. A few words which are always used also at the tail end. They don't begin with, or the words don't begin with these letters. So it is like ksha. So it's a combination of these two. Ksha, pronounced as ksha. So when you pronounce the word kaksha, kaksha is class, classroom, right? Kaksha. That is kshama. Okay. Yes. So it will be like kshama. And Trimurti. Baba always uses Trimurti, right? Tri. This is pronounced as Tri. Tra. So when it has I in the beginning, it will be 3. Murti. Trimurti. Vitra. Then this is gear. Gear. So Gyan, Gyani, knowledge, knowledgeable. And then this is Shra. Shra. Shravan, to hear. Shramik, it's laborer. Shrap, no. I don't think so. Srimat is written. No. Shramik, Shravan, like Srimati, Shriman, Shri Krishna. When you write that Shri is from here, this Shri. The Baba says Shri, Shri, Ravi Shankar. These days people use about Shri, Shri, right? The Shri is here. Shra. So when you use Shrimati or Shri, so Shri Krishna, so you write SHRI and then you write Krishna. Right? So this Shri is Shri. Actually, Srimad should be this. So Srimad. Because given to us by the Shri Shri. So Srimad. Shri. Okay. Hasi. To laugh. Hasna. Muskurana. That is, smile is muskurana. Hasna is laughing. Laugh. So how you use the word in overall context when you are making sentences, it could be hasna, hasi, hasaya. So the thing changes with that tone. Okay. So these are we just did a revision of this. Now if maybe I can write it down here. Can see the down part, no, right? This will be the difficult one, but nonetheless, let's see. Most of the words here are without any vowels. Yes. How will you pronounce this? Ab. Ghar. That, okay, here it is used as a word which begins with an alphabet right? But there's no matra in that. So there's no additional matra in these words. This is ab, Ghar. Next. Sister Vimla won't speak now because she knows Hindi. The next. No, you won't speak. Let the others speak. All right. What is this? Ab. How you? Null. Exactly. Ab ghar chal kar nal. The last, maybe I write it down here. So it has a matra in there, which is O. O matra is there between the two other alphabets. Which are these two alphabets? K. Absolutely. The first one is K. The second one? K. So this is K. This is O. This is L. So, ab ghar chal kar nal khol. Ab ghar chal kar nal khol. And if I just speak this together, it says, now go home and open the tap. The meaning of it becomes a sentence, right? But these are just words written in a fashion which gives you a statement or a sentence. So now go home and open the tap. Right? But open the intellect. Yeah. Okay. As we go, there'll be words which will have a lot of these vowels, but this is not how they are represented. So is like this. A is usually represented just as one line. The small e is represented as this. The big E is represented as this. The U is represented as this in writing. This is U. This is A. This is A. This is O. This is Au. This is Ang. And is represented as this. So either it will be Ang or it will be Chandra Bindu. Sometimes like Hasi, I just put, right? It is something like this. No. No.
The last one. In Tamil, 3 dots only.
So like you are saying like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Ang. Angur. So just remember Angur. Ang. Right? So these are not written as. So you don't find, so like now you just see Ullu. starts with U, but the big U is a matra there. So that's how these are known as matras. They become like this. No. The word like U, you don't write ullu as U, then this and then. No, you don't write like this. Instead of U, this big U becomes a matra underneath. And mm. Okay, this is a word beginning with small u, so it is ullu. But if I want to use small u, so suk and duk, Baba uses the words a lot, right? So suk, duk, suk and duk becomes this matra. So it doesn't have this alphabet, or you don't see this 3 there. So this is how it is written, suk, duk. Similarly, like just now we wrote Trimurti. So when you write Tri is this, Tri. Instead of E, you wanted to write Shri, you wrote Shri. You didn't write E as a alphabet there. It is Shri. It's just a stroke. Okay. They say this I wrote their coal. So it is actually O, right? K, then O, and then L, coal. Right? Another one, also using few matras, using a few matras. Ki, la, na. So it has the small e and 2 times a. So ki, la, na. If I just change this another way, using just k and l, ki, so I just now said small e, a and a, right? So ki, la, na. But ki, lo, na, toy. All the 3 consonants are the same, but when you change the matra, the word totally changes. If you do not have these 2, khelana is to make people eat. आपको खाना खिलाना है, खिलाना, और आपको a word to do, a work to do, खिलाना, right? Game खिलाना है, you want to make people play games, something like that, you use the word khilana. But when you do, it becomes khilona. Khilona means a toy. Khilana is usually will be used for to not only like we making people eat food, khana khilana, game khilana, making people do something, right? Khilana. This is khilona. Khilona is toy, right? And it's just a difference of 1 matra. The 2 things on top, which comes from au, khilauna. Right? Then the other one, like when we were talking about that, this is like Baba talks about swan a lot. Hans. Aapki buddhi, your intellect should be like swan intellect. So Hans. When you write Hans, you just don't write one dot on top, but you have a semicircle. We call it as Chandra Bindu. This is called Bindu. This is Chandra Bindu. Moon dot. Because this is like half moon. Right? So Hans. What is Hans? Hans is swan. There's no exact Chandra Bindu sound, but it is only when you say Angur, that is Ang. Yes, but when you have Chandra Bindu, then it is the G is not there. The Ang. When you're pronouncing this vowel by its own, then you say Ang. But when it is used in a conjunction word, it's just the dot. Hans. So most will be the N sound. The G sound will disappear. Yeah. Yes. Swan. Right? So we will go for the song, the second line of that song, which was played just now, right? And then after this, from next class onwards, we will start off with the Murli. But I'll do the Word document printout and give you all a copy. People who are on Zoom, maybe we will email it to them, or we can WhatsApp them, the Word document, right? So they can have it for their reference. अब घर चल कर नल खोल. चल कर नल खोल. नल खोल. Go home and open the tap. Right? Now you just see the words k and l. When you do k with just o, which is one single matra, khol. Khol is to open. Then khilana was to make people eat or play, do something. Khilona is toy. Toy. Khilona is toy. Khilana. Pakana. Khana. When you say food, food is khana. Khana is food. And if you want to cook, khana pakana. Okay, when you say such and such is cooking. No, you'll say मीना बहन खाना पका रही है, not pakana. So आपको खाना खिलाना है. खाना खिलाना है. You have to make or feed someone, or you want to offer food to someone. आपको खाना खिलाना है. Cooking is pakana. It is cooking is pakana. Okay. The song. So we did the sayang na. Okay. But you have already recorded the whole thing, right? Right? Take the screenshot.
मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है, पुलकित पवन है, ये गुंजित गगन है, प्रभु की प्रतीक्षा में सारा भुवन है, आंगन में शिव का ये शुभ आगमन है, मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है। धड़कन की तारें उससे जुड़ी है, राहों में अपलक निगाहें गड़ी हैं।
की लगन में मगन आज मन है. So how do I write? मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है. Okay. मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है, पुलकित पवन है, ये गुंजित गगन है. So the way the songs are being written with some similes and phonetics that goes well. So milan is two people meeting, right? The lagan is the extreme level of love or longing that you, or the desire that you have to meet. So last time when I was explaining, a lady who's going to get married or a girl who's going to get married, right, thinks about her would-be and or the beloved that they want to meet. Or Baba always talks about the beloved and the lovers, right? So that true experience of two lovebirds want to meet each other, and if they have been separated for a very long time and they want to see each other, what will be the feeling, right? That I am so desperate and I have that deep desire to meet the one. So that is the lagan. Mein magan. And lagan mein magan is the same thing, my deep desire to meet the one, right? Aaj means today. So usually when we are going in for Baba's Milan, this song plays in most of the places, whether you are in Pandav Bhavan or in Gyan Sarovar or in Shantidam, you will listen to this song quite a number of times during the entire day. Why it says, so Milan ki lagan mein, I have the deep desire to meet my beloved today, right? And that's why Aaj is today, right? Not now will be Abhi. Now is Abhi, but Aaj is today, right? Man hai. So my heart or my mind is all like having the same thought of meeting my beloved, and I am engrossed in just that one single thought, nothing else. And just because I have that longing, I find the entire atmosphere or surroundings so different. So the surroundings are being described in the song. Pulkit Pavan. Pavan is actually wind, right? But even the wind is just overflowing. Pulkit is when the flower blooms, right? That is pulkit. It is opening up. So it is giving the same opening up feeling to the wind, right? So pulkit pavan hai. So the wind or the air surrounding me is also just blooming and opening up with that same resonance. Ye gunjit gagan hai. Gunjit is gunjna is resonating. So when you go and speak in valleys, if you pronounce a word, it will echo, right? So the same way now, the entire, what are my feelings? Even the gagan is actually the sky. Gagan denotes sky, right? The sky is also resonating the same feeling that I have to meet my beloved, right? So मिलन के लगन में मगन आज मन है, पुलकित पवन है, ये गुंजित गगन है. So the entire thing is resonating with the same thought. No. Gagan will be like the entire surrounding. Gagan actually is sky, but in this particular song, it will denote the entire, everything around me, the entire surroundings. It's not just atmosphere. It is then in totality, the whole surrounding, right?
मिलन की लगन में
No, wait, just wait. So we just finish.
Okay. I can't hear the voice.
Entire universe and the entire land. Bhuvan is actually denoting the earth. So now you are calling the Almighty to come on to meet you at your level and in the ground, right? So it is denoting earth. Bhuvan is the earth. Everybody is just waiting for him to come, right? Pratiksha is waiting, right? So Prabhu ki pratiksha, so you won't explain things. It will be Prabhu ki pratiksha mein sara bhuvan hai. So the whole world and the earth is waiting for the Lord to come, right? So it is pratiksha is waiting. Right? Sara means the entire, right? Bhuvan is the whole earth, you can say, right? So earth is together with its atmosphere, right? आंगन में शिव का ये शुभ आगमन है. आंगन में, आंगन is the place, like last time in homes you used to had an open area, like olden days big homes used to have a common open area in the center that used to be known as angan, right? So now this is the Angan or Baba's home, whether in Shantivan or Gyan Sarovar, you have many open areas and all that, right? So Angan mein Shiv ka ye shubh agaman hai. So someone who's been welcomed, and we always feel that have a blessed foot forward. So people who come, they'll say you put your right foot when you go in, right? Just because it brings that auspicious things. So shubh is something which is denoting auspicious, right? So in that vicinity of Shantivan, or wherever Baba is coming to meet us, right? We are waiting for his auspicious entrance into that vicinity. And that's why, and I'm just longing and longing and longing to meet him. So that's the meaning of the first 4 lines of that song. Okay. मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है, ये पुलकित पवन है, ये गुंजित गगन है, प्रभु की प्रतीक्षा में सारा भुवन है, आंगन में शिव का ये शुभ आगमन है, right? So when the Lord is coming in with he's bringing his auspicious things together with him, and I'm just waiting, or the whole universe is waiting for him to come and meet us. So that's the first part. Agaman, welcoming, coming in. Agaman. So when in poetical ways, the way like someone is coming in, you will say aya, ana hai ya aa gaya. That is the normal conversational tone. But when you write it in a poetical way, right, it is agaman. Ao is come. Aha. No, Ana ya aa gaya is coming in. Yeah, ya aaya hai. Someone has come. Right? Yeah, chalo is or jana is to go. Right? Lagan is to have the utmost. So you won't have a direct translation of the Lagan. As such, love is pyar. But in Hindi, not the love does not have one word. It has pyar, it has sneh, it has vasna, multiple words used in multiple contexts, right? So there's no direct translation of that. But lagan is something that you have, that intense desire, desperation, right? That is that lagan. That lagan can be used even for a child who's studying for his exams. Badi lagan se pad raha hai. He's so engrossed, right? But he is engrossed in studying just because he wants to clear his final exams. Lagan, if you do, lagan is the chukai, the chukai tanaha, tax. Yeah, that is lagan. Yeah. Yes, tax. Lagan is tax. This is lagan, something that you are engrossed in. Yeah. Sneh, sneh. So that's why just now I used the word sneh, right? So when you say love in English, right? In Hindi, it could be pyar. It could be prem. It could be sneh. Right? Pyar, prem, sneh. Sneh ka return. So why there's a sneh? Sneh is when the elderly are giving their love to younger people. That is sneh. But there's no direct translation of this feeling or this loving feeling from an elderly to a younger one, right? No, no, no. Sneh is love, but a love from an elderly to a younger one. Sneh milan is loving meeting. Yes. And pyar is something between, you can say, the same age group. Prem is what you do with the divine. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how you will differentiate the feelings of love in the context. Yes.
This movie, linked to this, see, Milan, Baba's movie also mentioned all.
Baba's Murli was all about love today, right? When he's saying that you need to be merged in love, right? Yes. And if you find him as your companion, right? Instead of you being alone standing and doing work, your workload has been shared by someone, which I remember there was a very beautiful story or a short, I think sometimes comes in WhatsApp and all that. So there's a guy who is really going through a lot of turmoils and pain in his life. And then he's talking to God. And then he says, when I was active and I had strength and we used to walk, I used to see 2 feet, like 4 feet on the sand when we walked, right? And now I'm in so much pain, but I only see 2. And he asks, yeah, 1 pair, right? So where have you disappeared? And God just replies to him and says, I know you are in pain. That's why I carried you. The pair that you are seeing are mine. It's not yours. I was carrying you in my arms, but that's the reason you could not see the 2 pairs, right? But the feeling, if you have at that point of time that God is carrying me and nothing can go wrong, and that's why certain things really stick in my mind, right? When I today mention about nothing is new. If I feel the drama, the 3 tilaks that Baba talked about is self, the father, and the drama. If I have the 3 tilaks always on, I will never go wrong. The second part, nothing is new. When I understand drama, there's nothing is new. It has always happened, right? If I have the courage, I will be victorious. Just because I need to put that step forward of showing that courage, because then he will make things happen for me, right? So victory will always be guaranteed when I'm with him. The other one was success is definite. Again, why? So even the success is guaranteed, right? Success is definite. You will never go wrong with him. Never go wrong. And I think I feel his presence day in, day out. And there's something that just happened last week. And when you are working in an environment, a lot of times we go through certain turmoils, right? And there are situations we need to face. And I've been going through something for the last 2 years at my workplace. And then I was assigned, like I took up a new role and I was assigned certain accounts, and I was like, no, you can't touch these just because these are being managed by North America and Europe. And I still kept in my mind, no, I just need to work on something there. Just because I'm not getting focused here, I can't put my energies here. Let me put my energy somewhere else. And I started something, and it turned out to be a real big size deal, right? And now everyone wants to claim that credit that they had put up some efforts to that. So I actually got in touch with a guy in Europe, and I just asked him, right? So can you tell me about your deal size that you were forecasting in Europe? So he says around 40K US dollars, 40,000. So he said, how about you? I said, what I have worked out is 1 million US dollar, right? And then that guy was shocked at that point of time. And he says, Doc, I don't understand that we have 1,000 people of my company located in that situation where that guy is. We have a full R&D building there, 1,000 employees of Dynatrace working in that location. We've got sales, we've got pre-sales, we've got channel role. Besides that, the company that is buying the licenses is also based there in Austria, right? But how come the whole thing from Austria traveled to Philippines and landed with a lady in Kuala Lumpur? That's me, right? And I said, it cannot be possible without divine intervention. There could be 1,200 people looking after the thing in Austria, but they couldn't do it, right? Is it possible without him? But with him, if he wants me to do certain things and shine, and Baba always says, when I am there, you will shine. Success will be together with you, but you just need to put in your hard work, efforts, be determined what you are doing it to the best of your capabilities. Right? And a lot of times I feel my kids don't believe in God, or kids feel that Ma is just going and following certain things. And I threw back the same question that guy from Austria asked me, and I threw back to my sons. I said, what will you say? Then both of them, they smile, and then they feel, yes, there is a divine intervention. Otherwise, it's not possible. So I feel when Baba talks about in these Murlis, right? It is so true. It is so true. It is how do we experience his presence in our daily, day-to-day life? And those are the experiences which give us the strength and courage to continue. Yeah. Thank
That's
you.
a door to service also.
Yes.
Like that service to be done, right?
It was just a small statement from me to say, I can only feel that it's a divine intervention. I have no other justification for that act, right? Let's end the day with a line. Shukriya, dhanyawad. Mm.
मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है, पुलकित पवन है, ये गुंजित गगन है, प्रभु की प्रतीक्षा में सारा भुवन है, आंगन में शिव का ये शुभ आगमन है, मिलन की लगन में मगन आज मन है। धड़कन की तारें उससे जुड़ी है, राहों में अपलक निगाहें गड़ी हैं, धड़कन की तारें उससे जुड़ी है, राहों में अपलक निगाहें गड़ी हैं, घड़ी ये बड़ी देर सर्वत्र ढूंढा, जन्मों जन्म जिसको जी भर के पूजा, ना कोई दूजा मेरा प्राण धन है।